Hey guys, welcome to another episode of 0 to 60. Today I am fitting some of the Elder coils to my Budget 335. If you don't know, when these vehicles originally came out, they were released with a Bosch coil. Pretty much all BMW models from I think around 2003 onwards had exactly the same coil. And essentially over the years, BMW upgraded them or changed them. They evolved from the Bosch coils into the Delphi coils in I think around the early 2011, 2012s. And then eventually 2015, 2016, BMW started selling the vehicles with the Elder coils, which is what I have here. They were really just an evolution. The Delphis were better than the Bosch coils, and the Elders are supposed to be better than the Delphis. I have done a lot of reading on coils. Spark is a big thing when you're trying to make big power with a vehicle, especially under high boost with a good E85. With a strong E85 mixture, you do need a really strong spark. If you've done any research yourself, you've probably seen kits like the Precision Racework kits. And I guess at the end of the day, if you're going for absolute all-out power, that's the right way to go. The reason I didn't go for one of those kits was firstly money, a theme that sort of you might have noticed is running strong with this vehicle. And secondly, this car has got the MSD 80 DME, and if you've done a bit of research into that, you probably also realise that the MOSFETs are prone to failing. And as soon as you run something like a Precision Raceworks coil, it really does hurt the DME. So I didn't want to stress my DME any more than I needed to. And I think for the power levels I'm going to go for, really try and crack that 600 wheel horsepower, the Elder coils should be absolutely fine. I think it's about time to get into doing the job. Now, if you're looking at this video just with the idea of changing your coils just for a maintenance purpose, to get to the stage that I'm at now, it's just a matter of removing the factory cowl and then also removing the engine cover. That's all I've done to get to this point now. And changing the coils is actually nearly a toolless job. Now, I have had mine out before, and actually I've done a couple of coils on M54s now. You really just fold the top little cap up, as you just saw me do before. Actually, that one slipped. If you hold the sides in, as you pull them up, it'll actually pull the plugs out of their connector, and that actually disconnects them nice and easily. I'll tend to try and get the wiring right out the way, and then you can pull the coil out. Sometimes I have found on some of the vehicles they are properly wedged down in there, and I'll use a lever. I normally just use a socket extension bar to sort of lever them out if they are a bit tight, but these must have come out back in September or October, whenever it was, so I've already done these and they've come out fine. Now, I have checked these coils when I first got the car, and from memory they are different ages. This one's manufacture date is the 7th of November 2012. So pull that out, that's cylinder 1. I'm going to replace it straight away with the Elder coil, and we'll have a quick look at the differences between the two coils. So the updated Elder coil has a better, well, it's actually got an outer metal body, and I guess that's to do with shielding it against any other interferences in the engine. If you've ever worked with an older style engine that had a distributor and HT leads, as soon as the leads started to fail or lose their insulation, they would short out. And I guess that's just to help with whatever high voltage is going on inside there and helping it seal. But aside from that, the coil, very similar dimensions. The Elder coils are definitely heavier. That could be to do with the metal shielding, but aside from that, pretty much spot on. Something I can't remember if I've mentioned to the internet yet, but this car doesn't actually misfire. Been running 19.5 PSI for quite a few months on a E60 mix, so a fairly aggressive stage 2 type tune, and the coils the car come with have held up fine. I think I have one misfire once, and I've just put it down to an anomaly because it never misfired again under full load. I didn't really talk about what I was doing there, but yeah, it is just a matter of popping the original coil out and putting the new one in. And now this one's a bit more stiff. Give it a big, instead of pulling my finger off, I'll get the extension. Yeah, so I'll just run an extension through like that, and then you can get some leverage on the coil. Now this Bosch coil is probably one of the original ones. 15th of the 8th, 2007 is the manufacture date on that. So that's cylinder number 2. I'll grab another Elder. I've done, as you do when you've got a car that you're in love with, I've done a lot of reading about common problems and issues, and misfires from the ignition system is a huge issue on the M54s. Yeah, I guess I've been one of the lucky ones that hasn't really experienced them. And on the same note, I'm kind of interested to see how these affect the way the car drives. Down here in Australia, a gentleman down in Melbourne, actually late last year, he did a comparison between old Bosch coils, new Delphi, new Elder, and the R8 coils. And although the R8 coils were the best of the bunch, the Delphi and the Elder did pick up power in the low end of the mid-range. I'll see if I can find those figures from back in the day, but it was quite interesting that the Delphi and Elder do make more bottom end power on a dyno. That one's tight as well. So coil number 3 is also from 2007. So that's been changed at some point, and those two are the original coils. It's pretty wild that I've not been having misfires. The current plugs that are in here are from late last year as well. They are 1 step colder NGKs, gap down to I think 0.2 of an inch. And I will be running 2-step colder plugs once I get the big turbos and start running past 20 PSI. As you can see, it's really quite a quick job. It's only that first one come out easy. All the others don't want to. So cylinder number 4, got completely different colour writing. This is another OEM coil, different font on it. It says made in Slovenia, where the others don't say where they were made. And it also says that it's from 2004. So again, probably not the original coil from the car. Somebody fitted a second-hand coil at some point. I'm starting to think my car might have a lot more power. So that is cylinder number 4 going in. When you slide them in, you do want to make sure that the rubber seals go around the spark plug tubes. Not the seals, but this lip. You don't want it tucking in. It's just to help stop any water or oils that may have splashed down getting into the spark plug tube hole. So that one's in tight. Cylinder number 5. Gosh, you cannot pull them out by hand. The suction is incredible. Kind of satisfying when it does pop. Cylinder number 5 is one of the coils from 2007. Oh, it's funny, used cars and mismatched parts and people trying to save money. This one's going in. And again, it gets a bit tighter down with the back cylinders, trying to make sure that the lips go over the spark plug tubes. So just take your time and don't rush it. And the last one. Still go. And cylinder number 6 is a 2007 coil. So 4 of the 6 that have come out are from 2007, so they're probably the original coils that this car left the factory with. And it's just had a couple replaced over the years. One with a 2012 model coil and one with a 2004 model coil. It's kind of interesting. Cool. And that is all of them in, nice and easy. Just want to make sure they're all definitely seated properly. So, what have we got? 07, 07, 07. That's the crazy one. So that one there, made in Slovenia in 04. So someone fit a second-hand coil, amazing that it's worked. That's an 07, that's an 07. And then we have a 2012 Bosch as well. So that must have been one of the last, or definitely one of the late manufactured Bosch coils. Cool, the coils do look very similar to to the Elders visually. The main difference you'll ever see is just that outer casing. The Elders have a black metal shield where the Delphis have a silver metal shield, and I'll pop some pictures up of the two. But that's in. I might just put the covers back on and take it for a quick drive, see if we can feel any difference. No misfires, that's a good thing. So guys, we're out on a test drive with the new coils and just wanted to make sure everything was fine. I was kind of hoping I might feel a little bit more power.
Well, especially after one of those coils being quite old.
Yeah. But yeah, everything sort of feels pretty much the same. David hasn't been in the car since I put the intercooler on. So this is your first ride in the intercooler. But let's go and put it through its paces.
Give it some beans.
All right, let's go do some accelerations. We did load it up on the highway and it felt pretty good.
She's quick.
She is. Don't know what I'm indicating. Ready? Gonna be manual mode, full traction off.
We're good?
Wheel spin.
Damn, son.
Has a lot of wheel spin.
Wow.
What do we do?
0 to 100 in 4.75. So, yeah.
Holy crap.
She hooks up.
Coils have worked. All right, well, I think that's probably going to sum up this video.
Well, and, yeah.
We'll save that one for
Yeah,
another one. I know what you're going to say. All right, guys. Look, thank you very much for watching. Definitely get onto the Elder coils. I'll put a link to the ones I bought below because they were 270 Aussie dollars. Cheapest way to do your coils.
It's worth doing.
We will catch you on the next one.
Peace.